Because I actually, the prototype I'm building, I'm playing with it and molding it out, getting it all set the way I want it to.
I'm already on this. Last year I brought
Oh, okay.
if you want to get a hold of it.
I never done that actually.
As I say,
Thanks, sir.
I've been trying to
Okay.
I see the
and I think that, with this office, 360. And I'm trying to get a hold of Chuck. Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Tom, since Chuck retired, Tom kind of stocked him up. Nobody else can get any of his time.
But I mean, does Chuck still work at his job?
I think he was
Well, it's still company I was working for.
Exhaustion.
Was he doing it? No. Oh, that's right. Well, that's the job. Chuck was
Yeah, usually in baseball.
You stole from us.
3 nights a week, 2 hours a week, and then Saturdays all day. Because they were different age groups. 9-year-old played at 9:30, 12-year-old played out. So you were there all day. And then the rest was the night. The youngest had a game in Sarasota, and then we, after that game, packed up and fly down to Naples for a game.
It's the same thing with my kids.
Is your daughter just moving at Purdue or no?
Just from club. My kids swim.
It's easy.
Take a letter.
I'm trying
That's a board system.
Yeah.
bring it into
Cut holes in it or whatever it is. And then
Look on YouTube, there's a lot of stuff on those things I can watch what I do that teaches me so many things. And that's what I do a lot. I have a separate screen for my YouTube and a separate screen for my software. So I can sit there and watch
Don't worry about the invention later.
Question asked you.
Most of those drones.
Where do you go? I
Especially around these blocks, we don't catch something. But earlier in the year, it was
just watched it.
now they're charging up to like $8.
You gotta put it back there. So you're doing a photo shoot for real estate. We had a car parked there for like 20 minutes. They gave us a ticket. Parked at that bank built parking.
But Billy Pasillo, he's in Colorado right now. He wants to keep his people safe.
Yeah.
So,
Is this that group that probably the baby sister activities and stuff.
he said he had machine problems.
How was that?
Is it online or you get it from the channel? How did the video turn out?
Hey man, how you doing? What the hell you do?
Broke stuff.
Doing what?
Sports.
Oh, okay.
I heard it.
As long as I wasn't doing something too stupid.
Nah.
Alright, good.
No, this was.
Well, it's our networking meetup. So we did around. We're about to do intro 15 minutes. And it's all there. And go from there.
Well, I got
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to watch it and see if the sound is good, you can upload it to the YouTube account. Yeah. Maybe I'll get you and John to meet up before you leave tonight. That'd be fantastic.
I built it already. It's actually prototype.
If you don't have something that looks right,
That's the most important thing. It's very hard to tell at this point. I don't see anything in there. May not have
It's called the extractor tool.
take a listen.
Pulls out of the visor and
what I was thinking, I like design. I don't hear a thing.
You play any other sounds on your computer to make sure the sound is set?
that's why Australia
Yeah, this sounds
Okay, John. Yes. See about getting our videos allowed. Yeah, I'll talk to all these guys. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I got some. Talk to a lot of bosses about it. See how color really breaks down. Cell phone case. Sure. It's called extractor tool. So it's actually
What do you choose? Some companies That's the best. You haven't yet screwed anything up, you know?
Everything still works.
Yeah, great.
We made it here.
Yeah. That is actually a sign that, you know, you want to be the one good sign.
Go right to the top and then work backwards.
Yeah, man. We always take
That's why I
put all our attention in and focus.
you have to have something that's
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shape like that.
Yes.
I think this time is 30 years. Everybody gets bombarded with questions where to help them out. I have roughly about 40 security guards that work for me, and they go out and do this out there. So I run down a lot of stuff. If you ask for me, I'm using that. I had one back there that I had a CMR, which was one of my personal weapons. I fired it.
I might sell it $2 million and not everyone comes to me. Awesome.
The other thing is, he had a
private ranger. I teach people how to say
he said, well, you gotta go see, you have to take the farm and it's kind of looked at it.
You got a sign-in sheet there?
Into the return line is going back out. People act as a sign.
Everyone, thanks for coming. I do appreciate it. We'll go ahead and do a little run around here. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Matt, president of this group. I've had a great time the last year and a half or so, gathering different folks who are all interested in inventing, innovating, product development, you name it, everything in between. I've learned a ton from the group that's been around for a while, 20 plus years. Is that right, Howard?
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah, it was Edison Inventors Association, now Edison Innovators as of last year, hence the 2015 in our website name and business cards and logos. So that's when we were founded officially and restarted back up. Enjoyed everything so far. Today's group meeting is really just a networking opportunity for everyone to kind of share where they've been going, what they're working on, to the extent you're able to share and comfortable with, of course. I always recommend that you keep any of your secrets once you have a filed patent that's been issued, you want to keep that, obviously, for safety precautions, but also for the availability of filing for a patent at a later time. Because if you go and present it even to a group within closed doors, it can be considered public disclosure. So, that said, I have some handouts and stuff over there on the counter, one of which is an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Many of you are familiar with those. If you're not, that's something that could be a helpful tool to initiate the conversation with someone when you want to discuss the private nature of your intellectual property. It has its limitations. It's not bulletproof, but it certainly is a helpful first step. So we've had entire meetings on that alone, so if you have questions on it, feel free to pipe up and ask. There's thousands of them available online of different varieties. This is a pretty good template. You can download it from our site as a member and update it accordingly however you wish. Include certain details, that sort of thing. So we're going to help with that. What we generally do for our meetings is do an intro for everyone to kind of get to know who's in the room. One thing I'd request you do is say your name first and at the end. I've found that very helpful when I'm in the group and other people are introducing themselves. Like, all right, well, I don't necessarily need to take notes on every single person who's talking, but as they're getting into something that is of interest, I do want to make a note of their name and catch up with them afterwards, which is the point of this. So introduce your name, what you're here to learn, if there's some specific help you're looking for, put it out there. That's what we're here for. And also if you have experience in inventing, if you have a product in the market, if you have a patent or multiple patents, let people know. That's how you can help them as well. So this is definitely a give and take group. It's been very great in that nature. So myself, I've had a provisional patent. That's a whole other piece there. You generally look into that before a full patent. Mark can speak to that nature, but looked into several different ideas of all sorts. Currently working on some software design stuff as well. So business methods, patent opportunity. Done work with various materials, electrical design, business flow, a behavior analyst by trade. So pretty much anything we say and do that's measurable, like work in designing ways to measure that, and task analysis processes and pattern recognition there. So that said, go ahead and start around the room. Yeah. Well, we'll get you over with because you're going to talk forever.
All right. Jesse Morgan, Fort Myers for 30 years. Inventor, innovator. I have a gun shop right here in Fort Myers on 41. I do guns, ammo, training. I do all kinds of stuff like that. I've been in the gun world for years, but I finally came up with an idea to help save lives. I come up with the extractor tool that I just recently launched in Las Vegas. And launching a product is very costly, but very painstaking. Putting a product, putting together, finding the right mold guy, finding the right guy to actually trust about doing stuff in China for you, going through that whole headaches that I've been going through for the past 6 months, at least 6 months. National Hardware Show in Las Vegas, I took my product out there, walked around the show, and I got so overwhelming response with it in May that I went and did molds and did 5,000 pieces. And then I went to the Apex show in Las Vegas, which is the SEMA show, and I had a phenomenal contacts with everybody there. From Costco to AutoZone, people actually came to me and talked to me about my product. Not actual purchase orders there. I mean, I sold product there, I sold small orders there, but it was nothing big until after the show. But people were actually coming to me, buyers were standing in line to talk to me about my product, and I was really overwhelmed with that.
What is it?
It's called the extractor tool. It's a seatbelt cutter, window breaker, multi-tool. It's online right now. I was going to bring product, but I'm actually out of product. I'm waiting for more product to come in. My first 5,000 units went already, and Billy Facillo, I'm talking too much, actually has agreed, not in signed contract, to give it away with every Kia he sells from New Jersey all the way down to Fort Myers. So he wants to keep his people safe when you're driving a vehicle. There's something that should be always in your visor of your vehicle. I was in a head-on collision with a drunk driver, rolled my vehicle, caught fire. I was trapped. If it wasn't for people breaking the window and cutting my seatbelt, I wouldn't be here today. So I built something to be put in your visor that's always pulled down and being there for you. So nothing in your glove box, nothing in your center console. It's like trying to find something in a woman's purse. It's very difficult sometimes. You need something ready accessible, and that's what I built. So, and then my name is Jesse Morgan, and
where's your product go?
Where's that? It's sold at my store right now. There's about 12 units left. I sell them for $19.95. It cost me, I wholesale for about $10 to $11 depending on volume. It cost me $2.50 to make.
And keep in mind as we're going around, we'll keep it brief right now, but there will be an opportunity to present to the group if you so choose. Pretty much up for that. So.
My name is Frank Schooley. I'm on the board here. I'm the secretary for Edison. I'm also a patent holder, an inventor, all-around crazy man. I have a disruptive new way to make furniture that should disrupt the industry. It's made out of a material that nobody else uses, medium density fiberboard, which is basically paper. It's a product line which is unusual in the world, and that's about it. I also have a house made out of the same material, put together the same way, and it should be very disruptive in the developing world housing market. I'm trying to put together a team to take my ideas forward. If anybody's interested in looking for something to do, let me know. And again, my name is Frank Schooley, and I'm really glad that you're all here.
Hi, my name's Drew Nugent. I have a company here in town called Fathomit Distributing. We launch, develop, and distribute new consumer products. Right now we have a line of stainless steel drinkware, Techni ice coolers, ice packs. We help bring out the expanding hose, X-Hose Pro, which we licensed DirecTV company. I have a patent on a product called Water Jet. It's a power washer that goes on the hose, and that's been real successful as a DirecTV product as well. And I'm looking at doing a generation 2 and 3 of that product. Right now we're in development of that, and basically looking to maybe get a joint venture going on the generation 2 and 3 version of that with an investor. And I've been in the business for about 10 years. I actually got my start with an extraction tool called a life hammer. And yeah, so I'm a little bit familiar with those tools. But yeah, I'm basically more of a marketing side, sales, development. Done quite a few licensing deals with major companies. We distribute and do e-commerce. We're HSN, QVC vendors, so kind of like all that.
My name's Phil Pelletier. I do CAD. I've been in engineering for over 45 years. I've got 4 or 5 products I'm working on, trying to put together some prototypes on them. I'm a board member. My name is Phil Pelletier.
My name is John Smith. I'm on the board. I'm the webmaster for the EIA. I've been here since my first meeting was the old going into the new. I enjoy helping people. I have a background of computers, everything self-taught. I love helping people. So if you need help with anything, just let me know. My name is John Smith.
Hi, my name is Wanda Clough. I live in Naples. I own Naples Ship Store, which is a great nautical shop at the city dock. And I received a patent on the dental floss container with clip, and it clips onto your toothpaste. It's great for helping you remember to floss every time you brush your teeth. And my goal is in the spring to have it manufactured and private labeled by dentists, hopefully, and distributed to all 2nd graders in the county, Collier County to begin with. So, and that's me, Wanda.
I'm Howard Beck, one of the first members here in 1992. I'm from Fort Myers, a retired professional land surveyor. I have a patent for a device that helps you hook up a vehicle to a trailer. You can see the pull a hitch and back about 3 feet and back right underneath your trailer. I'm on the board since '92. So my name's Howard Beck again.
My name is Audrey Appleby. I'm not an inventor, I'm just an entrepreneur, learning and growing and trying to push my business forward. My goal and objective is to try to help young people to gain confidence and making sure they follow their dreams, whatever it may be, whether it's going on to college or being an entrepreneur themselves or going to a trade school. Again, my name is Audrey.
Darius Joseph, Simplified Technologies. I've been in Fort Myers for about 20 years in the IT business. We kind of specialize in infrastructure, so I'm the guy that'll come in and run the cables and do switches, router, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff, the servers. So that's kind of my 9 to 5. I typically sell, major brand stuff, Microsoft, Adobe, that kind of stuff, but I'm in the process of trying to put together a software project and kind of writing my business plan, and so I'm kind of trying to be around people who are creating things, because I've never really created anything. Darius Joseph, Simplified Technologies.
My name is Quinn McLaughlin. I'm a small business owner in Fort Myers. I came here to do some networking and just meet more driven people around the area to get me in touch with driven people like themselves. Want to help as many people as I can this year, so just kind of want to get in touch with as many people as I can. Quinn McLaughlin.
What kind of business?
I'm in finance, financial planning.
I'm Anthony Multeri, just wanted to visit tonight. I'm from Fort Myers, real estate, some odd work, but my thought was back in high school, I actually won a contest on an idea it was for commercial, whether it's restaurant or otherwise. In my case, it was restaurant, and I just wanted to kind of see what directions to take, if it's something I kind of still feel it might have potential. Just a matter of finding out where and tweaking it. So wanted to kind of find out how you go about that, protect yourself the best way, and where in the country it might be a good idea for. Anthony Multeri.
I guess I'll go and then you guys.
I'm just observing.
My name's Dave Medinas. I'm an inventor, have a lot of patents, have products that are in use all over the world. Expertise in software development, electronics, mechanical. I own a few businesses with LED lighting, and I'm currently moving into energy and solar farm development. Dave Medinas.
I'm going to introduce for him, this is my husband, Pete Brightus, and I'm Cindy Brightus. Pete is without his hearing aids right now. Our dog got him, so. The puppy, so. We have just moved to the area. I've spent my career as a graphic designer and in advertising and marketing in Illinois. I just retired from the U of I, and we moved to Pine Island, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm looking for ideas, and I've been a package designer, I've done web development, logos, this kind of stuff. I got a couple of product ideas, but I'm trying to move into whatever the next phase is going to be. So I'm Cindy Brightus.
I'm Jim Smith. My background is in industry. I worked for Boeing for a number of years. I worked for a university. I'm an engineer. I'm a physicist. I did research and development. I've been retired for some time, and my interest here is collaborating. I still love research. I still love developing stuff, and I've done it all my life, so I'm just looking for collaborators, and actually I have a couple that I'm talking to now. Jim Smith.
My name is Todd Meady. I'm a member of Edison Innovators Association. Me and my wife Danielle are fairly new to this, and we're from Cape Coral, which we've lived there since, I don't know, 20 years or so. But I played 8 or 9 years of professional baseball with Kansas City Royals, and never made the big leagues, but was right there on the cuff. Long story short, I like being around people that are looking for the next level, and we're right now at a ground floor part of our lives where we want to take something that we have an idea with and hopefully make it grow. And by meeting you guys and girls something that we could share with you or you could share with us, we could help each other get to the next level. But I find these meetings very helpful. I wish I was at the last one. Unfortunately, we didn't have a babysitter during the week for our children. And that's it. So again, my name is Todd Meady, and thanks for having us.
Hi, I'm Mark Needs. I'm an intellectual property attorney with Henderson Franklin, and I work with inventors and entrepreneurs to help develop and protect their ideas. I've been to a couple of these Edison meetings over the last 12 months or so, and I always find it really energizing to be around all you folks with great ideas. Thank you. Mark Needs.
I'm Tom Whiteside. I'm a mechanical engineer with HF Scientific here in town. I've done some design work and manufacturing assistance, finding manufacturers, understanding how to make things for people in the EIA for about 20 years now. And I don't have a lot of time, but if there's somebody that needs something, I'd certainly be willing to talk to them. Tom Whiteside.
My name is Brooks Courtney. I'm a product developer. I currently have 3 patents, 2 patent pending on a couple of new products we have. We sell almost exclusively online. A lot of business coming in from YouTube. I decided to venture into the YouTube market. That ended up being a slam dunk. If anybody's been looking into it, we get about 1,200 people a day on our website from our YouTube videos.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Every time I put out a video, we get more sales. So what I found out is that the more doors you have out there, like I started out with a 3-hour-long video, how to install kitchen cabinets. That did well. I broke off and did a small segment. That actually did well, so I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll take that 3-hour video and chop it up into a bunch of pieces and just spit it out there, because some people are looking how to install a sink, how to install a dishwasher. They're not looking for the big thing, but they all end up in the same place. So if anybody needs any help, happy to help y'all. I've learned a lot about Google, AdWords, taught a course here at the old Edison on AdWords and pay-per-click, split testing, things like that. Happy to help if anybody needs it. And this is my daughter, Laura.
Cool. Brings up a good point. YouTube is a fantastic way to get stuff out there. What's the #1 search engine? Google. What's the second biggest? Yeah.
Is YouTube second?
YouTube is second.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty cool conversations in the comments and all that you can find too. I put this up here for our Facebook, but definitely hop on there, take a look. I try to post stuff every day or so, and you name it, anything that's helpful that I'm finding, I'm sharing for you guys. Whether that's just to be a little bit, I don't know, keep you motivated, if it's something with a local event. In case you didn't notice, I have a list of a bunch of different local organizations. We also have a listing of events specifically that you can access as a member. We are open for membership that is available. Feel free to join. As such, for December, for next month, due to the holidays and a lot of stuff going on, traditionally the organization has not had a general organized meeting in December. We tried it last year, had a great talk on how to file your own patent, but didn't get a great turnout. So we're looking to extend stuff and restart again in January. In lieu of our general meeting, though, we are going to have a Christmas holiday party, and our Vice President, Kathy, is going to be hosting that. She has a really nice place that she's remodeled over the last year and is willing to host, so it'll be a potluck-style dinner. If you haven't gotten the handout, there's a stack of them over there. It'll be on December 7th, it's a Wednesday. So we'd love to see you there. Have another opportunity to talk a little bit more beyond tonight, to follow up on things for the next month or so. I have a couple other handouts too, if you may have grabbed. I have a step for the 10 steps of inventing. I got this recently from Jim DeBetta. He's a past speaker of ours and will be speaking again via Skype Google chat, and he has worked, he's a product marketer. He's worked also with, who's your guy? From Kevin Harrington, yeah. He worked for him for a couple of years in bringing in products and taking them to market. He was also an investor on CNBC's Make Me a Millionaire Inventor. If you haven't seen that show, it's fantastic. I know we all know Shark Tank, right? Make Me a Millionaire Inventor. Yeah. They're just wrapping up their second season with that. And
Thursday nights?
I believe so, yep. Yeah,
Thursdays.
Yep. And they do re-airings and stuff, but you can watch them online too, just like any other show. You can log into the cable provider. So I put that link further down on Facebook. You can pull it up. I can repost it again if you like. It's going out in our emails as well. But really cool stuff. Very helpful. And we could easily do an entire meeting just from the sheet alone, if not even a couple individual steps on that process. So the first 1 through 3, 1 through 4 are where most people fail. There's a lot more to it, as many of you can attest to having more experiences. But you know, like I said, patent searching, huge one. Outlining your goals. Who is your primary target market? Who are you going to sell this to? Jim's product he looked to invest in, he had to have the inventor decide if it was going to be a larger market at a lower price point, as more of like a toy type product, or if it was going to be a more expensive, higher price training product. He did a hybrid between a surfboard and a skateboard, which is pretty cool. I actually worked with a student on the same idea a year and a half ago. But, so yeah, it's cool to see ideas out there that get done when you have your head in the same area, even if you don't make it yourself. So if you haven't got that, feel free to grab it. Let's see what else. That's about it. Also, join up and follow us on Meetup. I know probably some of you have for the RSVP. That's where we're posting all of our meetings and events. You get a little more detail. I put the link on Facebook as well, same with our website. On that list of all the different organizations, Meetup has a ton of them here locally. It's a great way to see what's going on. Rocket Lounge here has a lot of events as well. They post theirs up there. Join us, join Rocket Lounge. They've been very grateful. I'd like to thank Peter for allowing us to come join here and putting us under a roof. So it's been fantastic. And he can help you out with a whole ton of stuff too. You're being quiet tonight, Peter, but feel free to speak up. He's here to help.
Nice.
And he can do it, and we'll do it. So pull him off to the side and make sure you do something with your idea. I heard the word try and working on or maybe several times during introductions, and I've been the victim of this myself. You know, there is no try. Yoda said, do or do not. So every day we make some steps to move forward with our idea, even if that is just a conversation or writing some things down that we're thinking about to organize. So,
Peter, several people asked me about, like, can you give a 5-minute Rocket Lounge?
Yeah. Just go out there. It's easier that way. So, the Rocket Lounge. Basically, our process, what we do is whoever comes in and has some idea around which you'd like to build a business, we usually do an assessment. So we sit down, we ask about your goals, about the product or service, whatever that is. And then based on the assessment, we create a recommendation of what we think you should do based on the phase or the development stage where you are. Either the business or the product or the service itself. So that's kind of our basic program. With every membership, we offer that mentoring and that kind of assessment so that we give you kind of a foundation from which, even if you develop several businesses before, you get somebody who looks at everything from the outside with kind of an independent eye and then say, okay, this is what we see and this is what we recommend based on that one. So that's one of our basic programs. The other one, which you do for international companies, and we have 4 of them, is they're coming in from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. It's a so-called soft landing program. So Rebel Coffee just opened here. Some of you may know it, some of you don't. So they came through the Rocket Lounge, help them create their flagship store. So the soft landing program is about 6 months just to try out the market for those companies. These companies are already successful in Europe. So they already know how to do what they do on that market. So we created a soft landing program through which they can test this market for about 6 months, and then based on the results they may decide to actually go to market, or they may decide, no, this is not for us. Because whatever works in Europe, not necessarily works here. So that's the soft landing. And then we are also preparing for our accelerator program, and these are vertical accelerator programs. And the vertical accelerators, and some of you may have heard, some of you didn't, that's okay. Vertical accelerators usually deal with a particular industry, like we picked 5 of them which are all Florida specific. One of them is agriculture. So there is agriculture technology, actually a lot of technology. You wouldn't even imagine what kind of technologies they are there. But so that's going to be one of the first vertical accelerators we will do, and we work with, for example, Henry County, where 70% of the economy is dependent upon agriculture. So we talk to growers, we talk to different technology companies. We want to bring together these vertical accelerators. Usually last 2 or 3 months. It depends on the particular program and how many companies actually come together. So that's a very exciting program which is going to come up early next year when we do the first one. And so those are kind of the 3 basic programs. But also I wanted to mention one more quite exciting project that is going on in the downtown area. And some of you may have heard about this. Anybody knows the Museum of History? Do you know where it is? Where it is? Okay? Okay, so some of you know. So basically that is now closed down, and the Community Foundation is taking it over. Actually, Community Foundation / the Future Makers Coalition. And they want to create a technology center in that building.
That's the old train?
Yes,
Yes.
the old train station, yeah. That is correct. I wouldn't have believed it, but there were 9 lines, 9 rails going out from the front of the railway station.
My God.
Yeah, but I saw it, it was right there. So anyway, but they take over the building and they create this technology center there. And the rocket launch is heavily involved in the overall project, and making some recommendations, and to a certain extent recommendations based on these verticals. So we'd like to create a technology, it's not just an exhibition, but also somewhere where you can actually try the technology. Because I work with Henry County, I know that these growers, technology is a mystery, kind of they don't know how to grab it. So even out there we will create, or we will try to create, a lab where these guys can actually go there, touch it and try it. So we want to do something like that here in this old railway station, and along these verticals we create these technology corners where people can go there and try it out and see how it happens. Just to stick with agriculture, because there is a park area which is attached to the museum, so there will be a little, let's call it the garden, where wireless sensors will be put into the soil. So they see how the data is collected and how the data is correlated, and based on that correlation, how the data is visualized, and based on that visualization, how certain command can be sent out to some of the equipment to have the full circle of this kind of technology. So that way they immediately see, oh yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm doing it already, just not with technology, or very limited amount of technology. So so that's a very exciting project, and we will be part of it, and we are already part of it, and we want to create kind of a nucleus here in downtown Fort Myers, or in Fort Myers in general, where, and that's an additional piece to this. Actually, the Imaginarium will be part of this as well. It's getting privatized and being part of this overall circle. So, I'm always big on complete understanding and knowledge, you have to have three components. And last time, I think I talked about this one. One is the historical understanding, the other is basically the experiential, so you can try it out, you can experience it. And then the third one is the intellectual understanding. If you have all those three, then you have complete understanding. So among the Imaginarium, this technology center, and the rocket launch, we can create that. And that can then create a nucleus for the whole region, because then everybody can rely on that. So that's kind of the big vision.
Did you find out Imaginarium that the 501c3, but they're supposed to do a maker center in there as well? They talked about doing that. I'm not sure if that was complete or not.
Well, some of the plans are yet in formulation,
okay.
But there are a lot of ideas of how things will be changed, as well as how things will be integrated. Okay. All of these locations, we will also hook up fiber optic. Right. So, for example, if there is an event here, and then others want to see it in live in other locations, then that's going to also provide that kind of basis. We will get the fiber optic here in December, and the railway station will have it because fiber solution is already there. So that's going to be hooked up. Actually, that's going to be hooked up also to the university's network. Okay. So not just this local network, local loop, but also the university network all over Florida. So universities and research centers in universities can be hooked up into that. So you will have access to resources which before was unimaginable. Any questions?
No.
All right.
Thank you, Peter.
Great.
Thanks, Peter.
Something I posted a little while ago I want to show. Who here knows what a pitch deck is?
And help in that as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the early steps to getting funding. I mean, if you want someone to know what your idea is, to get involved, a pitch deck is basically your PowerPoint slides of presenting your idea. It explains your business, the premise, the concept, and it's a requirement to get decent funding. I have a couple sites here that have pitch decks from a whole ton of companies back when they just started. And I wanted to share that. I'll repost it on Facebook also. But Airbnb, Facebook, real good insight on how they presented themselves. I mean, there's a common theme that most of these go through between your problem, your solution. Is there a market for it? You might have the coolest thing ever, but if you're looking to sell a widget to just a very small group of people, you're not going to make much money, if at all, if any at all. So definitely want to validate that. Just a very brief presentation of your product, your business model. How are you going to make money with your product? Review the competition, who out there that can beat you, and why yours is better. Pretty simple, short and sweet like that. Scroll through here. Y'all, if you want to see any of these in particular, Square, LinkedIn.
How about Theranos?
Did you ever pull up 1 million cups? I told you about them.
That was big when they did it. That was big when they did it.
One of these.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's funny is that there's no sophisticated money in that company. It's all dumb money. It's super rich people.
Sarasota and Tampa pitch decks on 1 million cups. They do it every Wednesday up there. And I've been up there several times attending and also participating in the pitch decks. And just gets great experience to be out there with the crowd, great questions from people, input from everybody, and you never know who's in the crowd, because up there there's all kinds of different investors and everything else I've dealt with, and it's really a great place with 1 million cups. Check them out, and you can go on.
Did you do a pitch?
Oh yeah.
How'd you do?
I actually did very well up there. I mean,
you get any interest?
I do have a guy who's fishing back and forth of putting some money towards me, but you know, it's still trying to reel them in. Well, that's how I actually met Kevin Harrington up through that area.
Oh, okay.
That's how I hooked up with him.
Does anyone else ever did any pitches in the state here? Like taking a product or idea and went and pitched it to a group?
I'm working on one right now, so.
Oh, okay, because another good resource, there's a lot of angel groups in the state too. They pitch to those guys.
Yeah, Peter will put you in connection with them, but this would be a great place to practice also. They do pitch events here. Another one that you can do every 3-4 months is ESOA, Entrepreneurial Society of America. They have a Fort Myers chapter and a Naples one. If nothing else, just for the experience and to get in front of a crowd of fresh faces from different levels and backgrounds, and they'll give you a harsh criticism, whether it's warranted or not. It might not be warranted. You know, look at Shark Tank. They get yelled at for stuff that might not even make any sense, but you have to look back and see, well, maybe I need to explain it a different way or a better way, or, you know. So
you learn by people's mistakes. I did. I learned all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peter just got done doing one down in Naples.
Yeah, the venture pitch.
Yep.
We just had it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you remember the Naples one?
Yeah. Ecomatis was one of our members.
Oh, okay.
Was,
right. They did a pitch? You did?
Yeah, they did a pitch. But, I mean, with Ecomatis, they already did a zillion pitch, okay, and participated in many of these pitch events, but they are still refining it. So refining a pitch, I mean, creating a pitch is not, oh, I created it, it's not done. But more and more you practice it, the more and more of these kind of different events, what you just mentioned, you participate on, the more feedback you get, the more refined your pitch becomes. And that can make all the difference. Actually, I just mentioned it to somebody, that we have our YouTube channel, and you should, all of you should take a look at the presentation which was done by Dave. What's his last name? Anyway, he did this presentation about how to not suck at pitching.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good one.
You were here, yeah, I remember that you were here. So he talked about those very basic points you have to hit and how you present it and all those different aspects where it becomes basically believable, where it becomes something which people can go along with and believe it. So it's a lot of practice, that's the bottom line.
And another point is that, you know, even though those pitches up there, you know, at the time they were quite successful. I mean, you can copy those pitches, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You gotta bring the essence of what you do into that pitch. Because if you
they
just
have to
copy
feel the passion.
Yeah.
That was one of the main points from Dave. If they don't feel your passion and your belief in that particular product or service, then you are screwed. Doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, I mean, you can have all the analytics and you know, formulas and so forth, but you know what it boils down to a sale. It's an emotional connection. You got to put your essence into it, your signature for it to be successful.
Yeah, whether you want to or not, we're all salesmen at some level. You have to get good at it. The thing about being excited about it is not just to get other people excited, but they want to see that you're going to put everything into it. That it's your heart and soul. That you are not just going to be lollygagging around. And because if you're asking for their money, they expect you to really do everything you possibly can and then some. You know, get down to the ground level and go talk to a bunch of customers. That's a really, really important part of the process I found. Like, there's a book there called The All-In Startup. And there's a whole class based on it. There's a free online version of it that FGCU uses for their business and entrepreneurial club. And you can get it as well, but that's what I found out about that book. Good story. Similar to the E-Myth. Anybody read the E-Myth? Familiar with that? It's kind of a fictional story that goes along the business process of a business owner and some of the struggles that he deals with and meets up with another consultant. And there's a storyline like he's in Vegas playing poker and talking to this other woman he meets, and it's really an awesome quick read. I knocked it out in a day. You just couldn't put it down.
What'd you learn?
Overall premise is you might think your idea is awesome. Like, this makes so much sense. You know, here's my purpose, here's the problem, here's my solution. But that's great. But who are you selling to? Who's your target audience? And what's the real barrier? What do they want? What do they need? You know, what's their fire that needs to be put out? may or may not be what you're trying to serve, or the way you're serving it.
Or
So
the problem that you solve.
absolutely, and there's almost always a bridge that needs to be, a gap that needs to be bridged in order to get there, and a way that they get what's actually going to be needed.
Can I add to that a little bit?
Yeah.
One of the issues in that book as well was that everything was online, and so there was no interaction, no one-on-one interaction with his customers, and he thought being online, being that innovator online product would sell itself because it's online and it's so easily accessible, but it wasn't. It was more about getting to know the customer and understanding what the customer's needs were. And then once he was able to realize that, you know, then he realized how bad of a decision it was for him to begin with.
Have you read the book?
Yeah, I actually took the program with, I was one of the first vets that participated in the program on the FGC.
Fantastic. Cool. So, not the purpose of tonight to go through all these and whatnot, but this one has 30 different pitch decks along with little takeaway notes and some comments on them that you can learn and read up on a little bit too. Have a whole another page with I think 40 or 50 of them, so pretty cool. And some of those are recognized, some you won't, and I've learned as much from looking at the ones that failed or didn't work out within the first year or 6 months or 2 years. Many of these put together and they sold the company. That can very well be your overall end goal. But anyhow, I'll share those on the next email that goes out and on Facebook also. I do have one other thing to share. Last month when we met here, Keith Basic is a guy I met just over a year ago who brought a product to market called the Flip Towel.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a couple little tiny magnets and a wristband that you can then unfold and use to wipe off your brow when you're doing any sort of athletic activity, and then compress it right back down again.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran that brought that. Yes.
So yeah, he did a pitch on that and showed us his videos, and he had a Kickstarter campaign which just ended, and I'm happy to say he met his goal of $15,000 bucks. So excellent. Fantastic. So that's really exciting. He'd be happy to share that experience with you further. If you have any questions on how to do a crowdfunding campaign.
Was his goal 15,000?
Yep.
He only got $177 past his goal.
Yeah,
that's
he
amazing.
Pulled it in.
Yeah, that's
amazing how much money he put in to make
that's
sure that goal was
very small percentage. That's great.
But he had to put that last money in
He
there.
probably did.
Because otherwise you don't get anything.
Tell you next time, like, make your goal a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Make sure you reach it, because some of those campaigns are all or nothing. If you don't hit your goal, you get no money. So yeah, there's different platforms too.
The guy from the coolest cooler, I mean, he put $100,000 for the first time.
Yeah.
And he didn't reach it, and then he redid his whole campaign at a different time, and it went for 50,000, and he got 14 million.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to just wait until everything's perfect and just get going, but there's a lot more to a crowdfunding campaign than you think.
Oh, yes.
I got a good book on it there too if you want to look it up. Pretty much a step-by-step, the name of it, but don't mind all my cat scratch and highlighting in there, but I definitely recommend that one also.
I have a friend whose campaign just ended too. He got the pledge. It's called Sled Legs. Check it out. It says skis for put them on your knees. That type of skiing.
Oh. Okay. So you're kind of like kneeling and skiing. Like
yeah, are you online right now? On Kickstarter. Just big sled legs.
I mean, launching that campaign is so just
the whole thing to doing a successful Kickstarter is really it's almost like making a movie.
Right.
You know, the pre-production, everything, getting a list together.
It's almost 6 months. It's almost 6 months.
You know,
putting stuff together.
Basically a list together and going out to that list and building before you even launch. So when you launch, it's ready to go.
Oh, let's see the video.
Yeah, it's pretty cool product.
I may not have sound hooked up, I'm not sure.
Sled legs.
Don't you need your knees for shock absorbers?
Apparently, this is it.
I mean, this is awesome. I mean, how many times you did that when your pants were frozen, and, you know.
It's like that feeling in your knees.
Yeah.
And how you get turned. Guess I'll find out, I got 3.
Your shoes up.
Did you try it?
Not yet, it just ended. Yeah, I pledged you can, so I'm gonna get 3 sets.
Class.
Sled legs provides the ease of using a sled and the control of skis without all the equipment to carry. Fun can be simple again. Just grab your sled legs and find a hill.
Yeah, from close to the ground, you can't see that cliff coming up.
Founders of sled legs are really just kids at heart. Simple fun drove this invention. With a desire to break away from the daily grind, the founders started experimenting with new ways to have fun in the snow. Sled legs were born out of necessity. Necessity to have fun without paying a fortune to live.
Pretty cool because you can get up a wall, you know, and skis, you can't get out of the skis to go up a hill.
Yeah.
I mean, your shoes are filled full of snow.
Oh, yeah. But the orthopedic surgeons are gonna love this.
Yeah.
I like it, though, I like it. What was his goal? How much?
I think they were like, I think it was 15 too, wasn't it? Yeah.
So like we got 19,000 plus.
I think it was
We made it.
15,000.
What's he selling them for? $100?
The retail is gonna be $79.95.
Huh?
$79.95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an early investor for $50 or more gets it there, so.
Cool. And that's our pay, $79 right there. Save $29. Pledge $50 and give them.
Well, it's about 8 o'clock right now. I can open the floor if anyone wants to discuss where they're at or share or get some ideas or feedback. Otherwise, we can break it up and talk amongst ourselves. So, appreciate you guys all showing up.
Actually, there is one product we have in the conference room. When you walk over there and take a look, it's a water purifying system. Only uses gravity, and any type of water you can put in from the river from here, and then pure water, meaning drinking water, comes out.
Can we pee in it?
Actually, it's a long development. The guys came in to ask us for help to sell more units. They sold a few thousand, but it can basically supply drinking water to a family of 10. And the lifetime is about 10 years, they say, but really there is nothing which will get clogged up over time. So it's really, as long as it lasts, the unit itself.
How does it work? What's the process?
But there are several filtering layers, but it's all closed up.
Right.
So basically on the top, you put in any type of bad water, wherever you got it.
Can you pee in it?
What?
Can you pee in it?
Yes.
Okay, that's the best filter in it.
And only salt water.
Leave it to Jesse.
It's not going to create drinking water out of salt water.
Okay.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be here.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But otherwise, any other type of water, it will purify and create drinking water and holds some of the water. Because many times the big problem at Africa or other third world countries is that they may get the drinking water and hold it somewhere, and that's when it gets infected with whatever. So it holds within the unit the water. It's pretty cool. And it only requires gravity.
What kind of filter?
Again, that's the secret sauce of the whole thing, that there are several filtering layers it goes through, and it produces drinking water.
And how long did you say it lasts?
10 years, they say, but there is really nothing which would clog up or get.
Is there any kind of mechanical?
No, there is.
It's strictly passive.
Passive,
Totally
gravity based.
Using plant-based?
No, there is no plant. There are
No, I mean,
also some
product from a
materials
plant.
layers.
Product from a plant.
That would be problematic over time.
So they developed or invented the filter?
They developed the whole thing. It took about 5 years until they came up with this. And they tested in all sorts of environments, and tested the water, obviously, which came out as well. And it's well tested and well tried out.
So what's the cost? How much does it cost, and how much throughput does it?
cost, according to them, is 250, and they sell it for 1,500. So there is a good margin. It's actually a non-profit company which holds all the patents for this, and they are selling it and using it for obviously beneficial purposes, in especially third world countries. So most of the buyers were like churches taking it to Africa, Latin America, or wherever. So, but there is a good margin for commission as well. Yeah. So take a look. It's in the conference room. It's a big blue. There is a double size as well, not just this size.
Two other quick things. Later on, as things wind down, we do want to let Peter go home at some point here tonight, but we can meet up over at the Hideaway. There, I got some friends doing some karaoke if you want to go sing and listen to some songs. So we'll talk a little bit further there. John, you wanted to...
But you can enjoy it. No rush. So just enjoy it.
One thing. Has anyone here not heard of SCORE? Anyone not heard of SCORE?
I have not.
Okay. SCORE is a not-for-profit, partially federally funded program, and they have about 40 volunteers here in South Florida who would help totally free of charge people at any stage of their business. From when you put your business plan together, you need some financial help, whatever. Probably 75% of the mentors there are former CEOs, CFOs. So if you, I'm one of the mentors there, if you need any more information, I'd be happy to give it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I've made the drive down to Naples a few times too, because just like Small Business Development Center and a couple other groups, I mean, each town will have its own mentors in different areas of experience, so kind of shop around a little bit. They have different events. Look them up online. They have tons of stuff, free webinars. Yeah, I believe last I checked, the Naples one is ranked third in the country. If they're still in that area.
Yeah, all around Colonial.
How many chapters are there?
We have one in Fort Myers, there's one in Naples.
The whole country.
Oh yeah, it's all of it. I'm not sure how many chapters, but it's pretty big. Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Can I have your attention real quick, please? As I introduce myself, my name is John from the IA. I'm the webmaster for the group. And I would just like to ask for people's help. I've gone through some medical problems. I get emotional. My eyesight is extremely bad.
Come on, John.
I need help, or I might lose my eyesight in 2 months or less. I've set up a GoFundMe campaign, so if you can help me, just advertise for me. If you can, like, spread my link around, just give me an email address, I'll email it to you guys. But any help would be greatly appreciated.
Sure thing.
I'll be sending that out in email tomorrow.
Okay.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Forward it. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
What was your goal, John?
15,000 because the procedures are very expensive. They started with this eye. They literally stuck a needle inside my eyeball and injected. My retinas are bleeding, and the veins are swelled up. The good thing is I've lost 37 pounds in 11 weeks, and it's brought my blood sugar down, because I'm a diabetic. It brought my blood sugar down to a safe level, and my blood pressure is down. And, but the good comes with, the bad comes with the good, because now that everything is down, your eyes regenerate, and what's happening is the new veins are growing over the old, causing scar tissue. And the injections will cause the bleeding to stop, and swelling to go down, which I have to go through this for 6 to 8 months. Then, if everything works out okay, I will be a good candidate for laser surgery, which will permanently fix it.
So who's doing the laser surgery?
I'm sorry?
Who's doing the laser surgery?
Retina consultants in Cape Coral, Hancock, Ridge Parkway, and Del Prado.
Is he the only one you've been going to so far?
Yeah, I just started yesterday.
Okay.
I went to the eye doctors. I figured I just need glasses because my vision is blurry, and I got some really bad floaters. So I just figured I need new glasses, and he said, no, I'm not giving you a prescription, you need a retina specialist. And he recommended them guys, which is 10 minutes from where I work. I just started a new job 3 weeks ago. Everything's working out, but I'm not making enough money to cover everything. And it's costly.
Yes.
It's just for one injection is $250 an eye. And I need both of them for 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, 6 to 8 months. My next appointment's on the 19th for both my eyes. I only did this one to make sure that it starts out okay, because it's the worst one.
And what kind of specialist is it? I mean, that you need for that? I'm just trying to say, because I gotta find out with my buddy.
A retina specialist.
He's a retina, okay.
Yep, because
What's the affliction actually called?
What's that?
What's your eyes diagnosed as?
Actually, I really don't know, because they didn't really say anything. They just said my retina was bleeding. My retinas are bleeding and the veins are swelled up. They put a giant dye in my system so that they could take a photo of my eyes. And I seen the pictures.
Well, let me make a suggestion, because I mean, there's a lot of different things with the eyes, and I mean, there's a lot of things. I would go see 2 other guys if I were you, besides where you're going now. Because you might be greatly surprised at your diagnosis.
With the pictures that I seen of my eyes, I have 85% bleeding. Meaning that if you look at if you get a picture of your eye, you look at it's almost like a orangish red is a normal eye. Mine is 85% black on both my eyes.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, go see do yourself a favor, go see 2 other people. Can't hurt. Can't hurt. You might end up.
The problem that can't hurt right now is my pocket because I don't have the money.
No,
because just my
free eye exam.
Yeah,
just
go
to
get
Dr.
2 eye
Frank's
exams.
What did it cost you when you went to see the guy in Cape?
It was $320
Just to see him?
just to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the sound.
Can
of
you
that.
take that exam with you and then have somebody else look at it? Can you find that out?
I
Did
don't
you pay for
know.
that?
I can ask. I asked them for the pictures. They said they'll give me pictures.
Okay.
What
Is
is
this
your
where you're-
symptom, what are the symptoms you're going through right now?
Right now, I can see people, but if I try to focus on your face, I can, like this eye is completely blurry. This eye here is kind of blurry, but not as bad as this one here. I can make out some of your facial expressions. I can't, unless I really focus on your, like, I can see you, but you're bright. It's like the light is super, super bright. It's like looking at the sun to me. This light right here is like looking at the sun. It's so bright.
Similar to iris.
You're seeing halos, dude?
No, I'm not seeing any halos.
I
I'm
have
just seeing.
I'm diabetic too, and I had something that they thought might be what you're talking about a few months ago. I do not have that. I have something that I'd never heard of called ocular migraines, but they went through, they did the imaging, the kind of imaging you're talking about. And they did imaging at the eye doctors, and then this was up in Champaign, Illinois, sent me to a specialist at the hospital there, and that's who did the diagnosis. But I know what they were looking for, and they were looking for what you're talking about, and it wasn't there, so I lucked out. But
Just make sure.
All right, well, good luck to you, and please, go see a couple more guys.
Call Dr. Frank's. That's one of them.
He's not a retina specialist. has to be.
No, I'm saying as far as, you know, the examiner may be able to give you.
Well, I went to Eyeglass World and they charged me $60 just for them to tell me that I need to go see a specialist. And I really don't have the money to do that.
No, I understand, before you call, call more than one, as he suggested, and see what, because most of them will give you a free eye exam.
Yeah, but that's a different type of exam. He's talking, what he needs is imaging.
Yeah.
They do imaging of the eyeball and the retina on the back of the eyeball.
They put a dye in my system to see where the bleeding is in my eyes. It's yours? And when I looked at it, it was like I said, 85% black in my eyes, which should be cheaper.
What do you do CAD work?
No, I want to learn CAD. I have some programs to learn, but Phil's not the actor.
Pizza CAD down here too.
2D.
But I really appreciate any help, guys. Thank you very much.
Right now, I've got 2,000.
Oh, AutoCAD?
Got a big thing going on, so.
You gotta say it 3 more times.
Well, actually, I got to meet him at he has an office right by one of the companies.
They did.
He actually sent me off these people and I got invited back. When they
That's someone told me today that uses
no, I'm trying to get one down here. I talked to Peter about that, about one of the cups here. You can hold them anywhere, it's just the financing behind it. Because what they do is they got a coffee company that plants coffee. So around the country, there's over 41 of these cups and they hold it every Wednesday morning. And they pitch it every Wednesday morning. And people come in, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, get coffee away, and talk and meet, and then they go out there and it's, it's 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 2 hours. And it's in Tampa, Miami, and I'm certain.
What kind of products? We
This is the problem. Yes, he is. That's what I'm doing. That's Rick's brother. He's back. Hey, there's my pen. He had no man.
12
on my part. Alright, he's advising on everything. The problem was actually, I gave you shows up I go to Vegas. Well, actually, I didn't do it at the hardware show. I was at the Apex show, the aftermarket. It was awesome.
That's what I was looking at.
SEMA was overkill. SEMA is I was in that wall and my living room right there. Then you can do some artistic stuff. So my new product was sitting there and actually just turn around and see my booth. So it was awesome.
And basically,
I gotta sit and work in the beach all day long. Arguing with
I don't remember. This was
getting
back
stuff
in
over China. I wanted another 10,000 acres. Fires.
No,
I had to start out somewhere, you know.
And I
I ended up getting, I have a family mold, so there's 2 clips and 2 pieces simultaneously. Because you have to overmold the blades.
Two voltages.
So it has to be like a 1
5 of those. So all I did was change the few components.
I put tons of carbide to know how to market it, and it breaks away so much more easier than when it comes to steel tips. The light is not steel tips, and I do a window tent, and I'll break on any 4mm window tent. I'll break a window from inside.
Like a tissue paper in between.
Yeah, that,
Well, the hand, I have the hand like that. It takes more pressure to break with those.
We're able to cut the,
It just,
because
mine's a
electricity runs on the surface of the rock and not
Those
running
principles are
on
inside.
the
It's that.
Yeah, I have to.
What are you working on? What am I doing?
It's actually,
My own stuff.
I wish I would have worked with it. I normally just bring everything.
I got 5 or 6 projects. I've got a
Low expenses. Yeah, we could just pay for it.
coffee cup. We can put your juice and your hot coffee in the same cup.
And if they were to say, hey,
Yeah, we got a special, you know, where, and it can be made out of styrofoam, or it can be made out of plastic. And,
that's the problem. Simple non-disclosure.
You get you also with the actual roll of it. That's what it looks like. It's into a
Go the whole process.
Once it pulls out of that, it's just
Nobody's got time. Just sign here that you won't have anything.
Breaking down.
And
The mold is
just says,
he had all the box. The company basically took
I went to an open-ended project.
we fixed it inside. What I did is I.
they're really easy. They're real. You can find them online. You'll find a dozen examples. You can Google it online. You can find one that you like.
The first job I had, industrial job I had.
Mine difference from the nobody puts their lip into it. The person who does that.
We worked on the early
A lot of people put a steel
Well, when I first started,
the ice cream.
I started writing abstracts. Then they would get punched in the cars. And they were writing machines. And then every Wednesday afternoon, we got to put out. I just narrowed through it and make sure everything was in the sequence. So, you know, and I changed, I got into it. They were putting
Outside they weren't perfect.
I worked with top-notch designers. These guys were great. All of them that worked their way out.
Work for a small restaurant.
Top of the school of hard knocks.
So you have to be like,
Really good. That's where I got, a chance to work on something. So in my way, we had a problem. And I had to have, I had 2 components, and I had to have circuit
you need water.
ground. So I couldn't get out of the you know. It's called the chief engineer. You gotta go.
So
I says, I gotta get this over there.
I have time to fix it.
Detailed out, it was just basically a square, notch in it. outside about 30 seconds. So kind of a spiel. And I don't know. Nickel plates and then coffee.
Wanted to do something that we can. Is Marty still hot? A year ago, 2 years ago, it was really hot. It's still hot.
Come back and the thing is,
I might get one or two.
and that was the whole project, is it was all these microwave bottles, and we had four that had that I think it was 22 different mods. We made
Call me up for this next Monday morning. Talk about testing it out in the store.
Jim was telling me, like, he talked about it next week. He said that he was very fascinated.
What I'm saying,
I'm sure I have pictures.
believe it or not, I've got all my, here's the thing.
Yeah, he said he thought you were gonna.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're looking to do this.
The guy called me because he was.
You want to detract. What I'm saying is you can start it. That's what you want. We're not worried about pay. Think about this. If you track virtually this or full track this,
I have about 40 different.
you may have almost anything else.
School bar was with the con.
Okay.
It all goes to the same place. There's a little